What's good? What's good, y'all? You already know the vibes. It's your boy T Time. You know, solid win today. You know what I mean? Doing exactly what we're supposed to do and beating and sweeping the the trash Detroit Pistons the way we're supposed to do. Sam was good. Facts. Randall did his thuggy today. You know what I mean? We gonna talk about it, bro. Darlene, I see you. I see you. Darlene is in the building. You already know. Darlene is in the building. Sam, shout out to you. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. You know, just give me 1 second. I got one more share to do, and we're gonna get right to it. Yeah. But Randall been doing this thing. You know what I mean? He been doing this thing. I think if you still hating on Julius Randle at this point, that's more of an emotional thing than it actually having to do with sports at this point. Uh, so yeah, my fault. My fault. Y'all know I can't double. Y'all know I can't multitask, man. Y'all know I can't multitask. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, that's a fact. Randall had a great we live with the post game pull up. Yeah, boom. All right, so let's get to it. Did exactly what we supposed to do with the Pistons. You did the Knicks. I would say a million times over, the Knicks absolutely hate large leads. uh, we're gonna talk about it. Orel Smith, stay here, bro. We're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna address that comment that you just made because it's absolutely ridiculous, right? Uh we absolutely hate to see a large lead because we were up by 20. We let them get back to as close as 6. Uh, we hate to see it, but I have a specific reason why we hate to see it. I'm gonna eventually I'm gonna have to start apologizing to Coach Tommy T because our bench is absolutely inept, is anemic when it comes to the scoring. The only person that we get scoring from off the bench is Emmanuel Quickly. He had 7 of our 19 bench points today. 17 of our 19 bench points came from Emmanuel Quickly. Our bench is absolutely anemic when it comes to scoring outside of Emmanuel Quickly. We didn't get any bench scoring from anyone besides him until like the late third quarter, and that was from Isaiah Hartenstein on the N1 play. But other than that, no scoring come from the bench, and I'm gonna have to start apologizing for Coach Tommy T. We had a 20-point lead. The bench came in. The lead goes down to like 13 points, and then he had to hurry up and sub back in the starters to stop the bleeding. We end up giving the Pistons a little bit of confidence because they had none to start the game. The starters did exactly what they were supposed to do: come out, not play any games with this young team and this young depleted team, and wash them up. You feel me? The Pistons is one of the worst teams in the NBA, and the starters came out there and treated them as such, especially considering the fact that they're missing so many key pieces to their already not good team. You feel me? The injuries from several key players on their team, and we went out and did exactly what we were supposed to do. And it's a cause of concern. It's a big cause of concern that our bench cannot even hold the league against a depleted Detroit Pistons team. That is concerning. You know, it's concerning that nobody off the bench can score except for Emmanuel Quickly against a team that's really bad. That's concerning. That's cause for worry for real. And it kind of gives me perspective on why Coach Tommy T rotations is the way it is. It's starting to make a little bit more sense to me. I'm highly critical of Coach Tommy T and his rotations. I still think it's unsustainable basketball for guys to be playing 40 minutes a night, but I'm starting to understand why guys have to play 40 minutes a night. There's no scoring off the bench. Manuel Quickly is the only person who can score off the bench. I mean, we could go into playing while Cam Reddish is not playing and all this other stuff. That's a whole different conversation. I don't want to beat that dead horse again. For whatever reason, he's in the coach's doghouse. We know this, but there's no scoring. The guys who's playing, there's no scoring coming off the bench. None. Dwayne was good, Brody. My guy Dwayne is in the building. You feel me? I always got to make sure I shout out my guy Dwayne. He makes sure I stay doing my show, man. If I'm not around, Dwayne gonna let me know. But yeah, it's absolutely no scoring off the bench, and I'm going to have to start up. If this don't change, I'm going to have to apologize to Coach Tommy T, because then it's going to start looking like it's not, a lack of wanting to play the bench. It's a lack of being like having faith in the bench to produce. Because what I saw today against a depleted Detroit Pistons team, and our bench could not even hold the fort. They could not even hold the fort against a depleted, bad Detroit Pistons team. That's concerning, man. That's concerning. We lost. We was losing the lead to a team that's not good and didn't have their best players. Then you look at the scoring numbers off the bench. 19 bench points, 17 from Emmanuel Quickly. How we lose the bench scoring battle to Detroit Pistons. Detroit Pistons bench, what's that? 31? No, that's 36 points to our 19 bench scoring points. Our bench has been getting washed on a consistent basis as far as scoring goes. Washed on a consistent basis. We lose the bench scoring battle on a nightly basis. On a nightly basis. If it's not for our starters, shout out to the starters. We're going to get into it now. I mean, if it wasn't for our starters, we will lose this game just like every other game is won and lost by our starters. Grimes gave us 11. We already know how much we all love Quentin Grimes. Grimes gave us 11, 4, and 3. RJ Barrett didn't have a great game tonight. Only played 27 minutes, 4 for 10 from the field on 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Mitchell Robinson. We don't really look to Mitchell for scoring, but 4 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. Mitchell Robinson did exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson. 27 points on 9 for 17 scoring. Shooting. 5 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. And caught mad charges today, right? But let's talk about it. Julius Randle. 42 points tonight. 15 for 24 shooting. 4 for 7 from the three-point line. 8 for 8 from the free throw line. 15 rebounds and 4 assists and a block. You feel me? So let's get into it, right? I see the narrative has to change on Julius Randle. I see a lot of Knicks fans say that, I see a lot of Knicks fans. We got to change the narrative, man. I see a lot of Knicks fans say that Julius Randle has empty stats. He's stat padding. How is he stat padding when all his points are necessary? Because you're not getting any scoring from the bench. So every point that Julius Randle scores is necessary for the win. It's necessary for the win. That's not stat padding. That's actually contributing to winning basketball. Because you're not getting any points off from the bench. We're not, as of late, we haven't really been blowing out teams. This was a relatively close game. They were in, like, the Detroit Pistons was in striking distance the whole second half. So every point you got from Julius Randle it was necessary. Every rebound you get from Julius Randle is necessary. We have to change that narrative, man. And if you think otherwise, that's hate. You're hating. You're still emotionally tied to him telling you to shut the F up. And going to what my guy Orel said, trading Julius Randle, I don't feel like looking for the comment, but trading Julius Randle while his value is high, you're not going to get anything back in relatively close value to what Julius Randle is producing. I've said this many times before. You're not going to get anything back for Julius Randle right now in relatively close to his value. The numbers that he's putting up versus his contract, there is nobody in the NBA like it. Nobody. Not one player that can give you what Julius Randle is giving you on a nightly basis close to his contract value. This is a steal as far as contracts goes. Julius Randle is 51 in the NBA as far as highest contracts go. He's top 5 in rebounds per game. Or top 10, I might be wrong. I might be gassing it just a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. He might be top 5, top 10, definitely rebounds per game. Upper echelon, I think he top 20 in scoring. And he giving you 4 assists a game from the power forward position. There's only 5 other guys that give you 24, 10, and 4. Only 4 other guys. Joel Embiid, Julius Randle, Jokic, and Giannis. I think that sums out the list, man. That's the list. And you talking about, and then you still got Knicks fans. No disrespect to my guy Orel. Shout out to him for being in here and rocking with us. But you got Knicks fans like Orel. They're saying that we should trade this man while his value is high. You're not going to get nothing back in the same value as Julius Randle. Julius Randle is doing, and the crazy part is that Knicks fans still want to trade him when he's doing everything that Knicks fans cried for him to do. You asked for him to pass the ball more. He's doing that. He's letting Jalen Brunson pretty much run the show. You asked for him to change his attitude. He did that. You asked for more defensive effort from Julius Randle. He said it. Coach said that the defensive effort wasn't there. He took accountability and he took that personal and started playing better defense, but yet still y'all want to trade him. That lets me know it's nothing about his basketball talent and has to do everything with you being emotionally tied to the fact that he told y'all to shut the F up. That's what that is. That's what that is. Because there's nobody equal to Julius Randle's value. The only way you trade Julius Randle and get back equal to his value is if you trade for a bona fide superstar that's going to take us and make us contenders. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. The only way you get equal his value back is if you get a bona fide top 10 player. That's not going to happen. Because right now, Julius Randle is a top 15 player in the NBA, son. I don't care how you want to slice it. You can't name 15 better players than Julius Randle right now. You can't. 15. Can't. Nope. Julius Randle, top 5 in his position. Can't name 5 better power forwards than Julius Randle. Can't do it. Can't do it. And you want to trade that. Y'all wilding, bro. Y'all wilding. And, you know, and that leads into a different thing about Knicks fans not really appreciating what this team is. The New York Knicks is a top 10 NBA team right now. Top 10. Our record is top 10 in the NBA right now. Most of y'all couldn't even fathom us being that before the season started. That wasn't even in some of y'all's wildest dreams that the Knicks would be top 10 in as far as record go in the NBA at the halfway point. Y'all couldn't even fathom that. But y'all still complain about the players on this team. That's wild to me. We are top 10. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Yes, we're going to be frustrated that we lose some of these games, especially in a fashion that we lost some of these games. But realistically, what the expectation for this team is, we're kind of exceeding that. what the expectation was, not my expectations. I think we're right where that I expected this team to be. I had us slotted as a six seed since before the season started, when most fans and analysts alike had us being fringe playing. Like they said that we was barely going to make the play-in, and I had us at a 6 seed. So we're kind of exceeding most people's expectation right now. Top 10 in the NBA as far as record goes. Top 3 defensive team in the NBA. At least over since December. Let me correct that. At least since December. You know what I mean? And offensively, we're looking good on a nightly basis. My biggest problem with this team right now is our bench production. I have no problem with the starting five. The starting five has been doing what they supposed to have been doing all season. It's the bench that, well, not I wouldn't say all season. It was a rough start, with the guys trying to gel together. But the starting five is doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. We have moments where we don't move the ball the way that I would like us to move the ball. But for the fact of the matter is, the production we getting from the starting five is exactly what we're supposed to be getting. Shout out to my guy Jimmy J1 in the building. I see you, Brody. My guy Matty Smooth is in here too. You already know. But yeah, exactly what we're supposed to be doing. If you want to build a press like for your boy, that's important. You know what I mean? That's important. Share it to your favorite Knick group. Share it with your friends on your personal page. Let them know that Tea Time is talking the immaculate hot talk right now. You feel me? Because the New York Knicks need more respect from everybody. From everybody. Because we wasn't expected to be here. You know what I mean? We wasn't expected to be a 6 seed. We wasn't expected to be in the top 10 in the NBA as far as standing goes. It wasn't expected of us, but we here. And we're exceeding expectations. Jalen Brunson, they disrespect. They basically was disrespecting Jalen Brunson. Basically disrespecting Jalen Brunson this before the season started, saying that he doesn't move the needle for this team. He doesn't make this team a playoff team. He did, and everything they said about them, they were wrong. And to say we're top 10, we're 9. We're number 9 in the NBA as far as record goes. Number 9. Let that sink in, y'all. And that's both conference. That's both conference. We're number 9. Let that sink in. We wasn't supposed to. They were saying we wasn't even going to be a playing team. Talk about it, Sam. Talk about it. Talk about it. Because I firmly believe if we did pull the trigger on that trade, we would be exactly what they claim we were. A fringe playing team. Because you would have had to trade the likes of RJ Barrett, you would have had to trade Obi, you would have had to trade Emmanuel Quickly, and you would have had to trade a shit ton of draft picks. Emmanuel Quickly to me has been a vital part of our success. Especially if you're looking at the bench. Like if we would have just got Donovan Mitchell back in that trade, it'd have been clipped for us. It would have been clipped for us. It'd have been clipped for us. And we would have had to trade Quentin Grimes too, just to mention. You know what I mean? We'd had to trade all those guys. Emmanuel Quickly, Obi, Quentin Grimes, and a shit ton of draft picks. Evan Fournier, like it would have been because we'd have had to make the money work. Evan would have had to go too. It would have been. I think we wouldn't be as good with Donovan Mitchell. And shout out to Donovan Mitchell. You feel me? He's having a hell of a year, but at the same time, they only 2 games ahead of us. Yep, I said it. Cavaliers are only 2 games ahead of the New York Knicks. We can catch those guys. The Knicks are now what, 17-6 in their last 22 games. Who like, how can anybody complain about this team? I think this is a time that everybody should be really hyped and jubilated about the New York Knickerbockers. Like, I don't know where's the cause to complain. If you're still complaining about this team and think that this team is bad, then that just shows me your expectations were a little bit too high for this team. I never thought this team is a championship contender. That's not realistic. So we are going to struggle to beat some of the upper echelon teams in the NBA. We're going to struggle doing that because we're not on their level yet. We're not on their level yet. So we're going to struggle beating the Milwaukee Bucks. We're going to struggle beating the Boston Celtics. We're going to struggle beating some of those teams that are bona fide contenders because we're not there yet. We will be there. Oh, guaranteed. I give us another year or two and we're going to be talking about this team is contenders. For real. Sean, shout out to my guy Sean in the building. When you say the tournament, I hope you don't mean the play-in tournament because we going straight to the playoffs, Playboy. we skipping the play-in tournament. That's not where we gonna be at. We gonna be in the playoffs. I think we're gonna catch Cleveland. Honestly, I think we're gonna catch Cleveland. We 2 games behind them. We 2 games behind them. Oh, all right. We on the same page, Sean. We on the same page. You mean the playoff tournament? Yeah. Let's see. I think we're gonna be a tough out for anybody in the first round. I think we a team that teams are not going to want to see because we got 3 bona fide 20-point scorers on our team in our starting lineup. Three of them. 3 guys that could give you 20 plus on any given night. 3 guys that could explode for 30 plus games. 3 of them. And then you got a bench guy that is capable of giving you 20 off the bench. So, like, I don't think, and we're a really good defensive team to boot. I don't think no team want to see a team like that in the first round of the playoffs. There you got 3 guys, and then you got a guy like Jalen Brunson who's showing that he's a bona fide big time player. He can come up in the big moments, pause. Don't think nobody want to see that. You know what I mean? Julius Randle playing the best basketball of his career. Don't think no team want to see that in the first round. I'll be hard pressed to find a team that be like they're eager to see the Knicks in the first round. Narlene, it's way too early to say these things, but this is how confident I am. If this team stays healthy, we are not going to be in the play-in. We are not going to be in the play-in. I said we was a 6th seed before the season started, and I really felt that to the bottom of my soul. There's a lot of teams that they said that was better than us, and I knew for a fact that they were not. I knew for a fact that they were not. To name a few, Toronto. I told everybody that Toronto was not that good. I was not impressed by Toronto. They were not better than us. Toronto is now the 19th best. No, excuse me, 19th. They're the 11th best team in the East. A whole 5.5 games behind us. They said Washington was going to be better than us. I said there's no way that Bradley Beal and Porzingis stay healthy enough to even make it close. I said these things, and this is a fact. Bradley Beal is injured. Porzingis has been injured a ton of times already this season, and the Wizards are the 12th best team in the East. 6.5 games behind the Knicks. I told everybody I was not impressed by the acquisition of DeJounte Murray to that Hawks team. I didn't think that team would gel well, and I was right. The Hawks has been very unimpressive, and they're having inner turmoil on the team. They're the 9th seed. 3.5 games behind the Knicks. I told them, everybody, once Alonzo Ball was injured, I said the Bulls ain't gonna be good because he was the gel that made Levine and DeRozan work. And guess what? I was right. Chicago Bulls are 10th in the East, 5.5 games behind the Knicks. They said the Pacers was going to be better than the Knicks because they had us as a play-in team. Said, Halliburton is nice, but I'm not sold on that team. And I was right. Oh, I'm going through the whole list because I need people to understand. It may be long-winded, but I'm going to do it. And I was right. Pacers are 2 games behind the Knicks right now. 8th seed. Miami, I was a little bit wrong on. I thought Miami was going to be good. I thought that team was going to be good. But they've been playing good, Miami, as of late. They're only a game behind us. They 7-3 out of Fluke in the building and my brother. Miami, I was a little bit wrong on. I thought they was going to be better than us, but they've been playing good basketball as of late. That's facts. We outside, Brody. But and I said Cleveland wasn't going to be better than us. Honestly, I did say that. And that still remains to be seen. We only 2 games behind them, and we're playing really good basketball. Cleveland is not playing as well. So we can catch them. Our 5th seed is very attainable. You feel me? 4th seed is very attainable because we only 2 games behind the 4th seed. If we keep, we are 17. We 17-6. No, that ain't right. We 16-6 out of our last 22 games. I got to Google. I like to be right. I don't like to just be saying things. I'll like to just be saying things. So I'm gonna fact check myself. Come on, oh boy, my fault, y'all. I can't type worth nothing. Oh, we 15-7. Excuse me, in our last 22 games. Yeah, we 15-7 in our last 22 games. Great. That is great. We're playing great basketball, bro. We're playing great basketball. So there was a lot of people that was wrong about this team, man. A lot of analysts, a lot of fans. Just want to let y'all know that y'all were wrong. And y'all really do got to stop disrespecting Julius Randle, man. It's baffling to me, bro. And I will contend every single time. I'm going to contend every single time. If Julius Randle was on another team, making the money that he's making, playing the basketball that he's playing right now, Knicks fans will be screaming to bring him to New York. At the top of their lungs. We want Julius Randle. The same way y'all screaming for guys who's not as good as him right now. I've seen y'all scream for trades for Zach LaVine. He's not as good as Julius Randle. I've seen some of y'all put Julius Randle in trade packets for Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is a better scorer, yes. But is he a better overall basketball player than Julius Randle? Hell no. And he can't stay healthy. It's so many other players that I could name that you guys were screaming for the trade for Julius Randle. And they're not as good as Julius Randle. Not on team-friendly contracts like Julius Randle. And then some of y'all really do fix y'all face and be like, oh, these are empty stats. These are stat pad. We ain't getting no bench production. Every point that Julius Randle scored in the starting 5 is necessary. And you got to give him some respect for taking a backseat to Jalen Brunson in the crunch. Y'all said he's not clutch. Well, guess what? We have a guy on the team that is clutch, and he's giving him the ball to be clutch and stepping out the way, and y'all still complain. Wild. That's what you guys are. Wild. I've never seen a fan base that wait for one of their players to play bad just so their narratives could be correct. That's wild. That's wild. You should be very excited from the production you're getting from Julius Randle at this point. And and understand that, you know, the value of his contract versus how he's playing is really how you build a contending team. Because now you have the money to continue surrounding them with solid role players. You have the money to do that because you got your three best players on team friendly contracts and a whole bunch of young guys that's still on rookie contracts. Our only one bad contract, you could say two because they're not playing. Our only two bad contracts is Evan Fournier and Derrick Rose because they're not playing. You got Derrick Rose on like $12 million a year just to sit on the bench. You got Fournier, I mean, not 12 million a year. Is it? Yeah, it's something like that. And you got Evan Fournier at 17, and he's sitting on the bench. But Derrick Rose contract, he's on a team option contract at the end of the year. We could decide not to pick up his contract. Evan Fournier got one more year after this. So next year, it'll be super easy to trade Evan Fournier and get rid of his contract because it's expiring. So I'm saying all that to say, the place that the Knicks are right now to make moves and build a contending team, we in a tremendous place. You could make the argument that we have two all-stars on this team. The argument can be made. Are they going to make it to the all-star game? That's a different story. I think they both get in on the coaches' ballots. Fan vote, we obviously not going to get in there because they're not obviously not going to get in there. That's okay. But coaches' ballots, at the very least, Jalen Brunson is going to be an all-star. But I find it very hard for coaches to turn a blind eye to the production that Julius Randle is given because there's only four other players in the NBA that's putting up 20, 10, and 4. And I go through their names again. The Joker, Joel Embiid, Giannis. Is one more. I think it might be Luka. But I think Luka's like slightly under 10 rebounds. So it'd be hard for coaches to turn a blind eye to Julius Randle's production and not put him in the All-Star game, especially because, you know, our teams is winning. I think, you know, you got the likes of Pascal Siakam in the conversation to be a part of the coaches' votes, but his team is 11th in the NBA and they're 5 games under 500. You got DeMar DeRozan's in the conversation as being in the, you know, coaches' vote, but he's a 10th seed team and his team is 5 games under 500. And, you know, I believe that being a part of contributing to winning is a part of being an all-star too. And Julius Randle's been doing that. So I believe that we got 2 all-stars on this team. You know I got jokes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Barry was good, Brody. It was good. So I'm about to wrap this up because the Giants game is about to come on in 7 minutes. Let's go, G-Man. Let's get this W. You feel me? But I will close by saying this. We play tomorrow again. We do we play tomorrow? No, we don't. Hold on. Let me check. Because I thought I heard them say that we played tomorrow. Oh, yeah, we do play tomorrow. We play the Raptors tomorrow. Uh, I count that as a dub. You feel me? We get the W. You know what I mean? We get the W. And by this time, by Sunday evening, well, we 3 straight. I say we be on a 7-game win streak. We play the Raptors tomorrow. I think that's a W. We play the Wizards on Wednesday. I think that's a W. I think uh we play the Hawks on Friday. I think that's a W. And we play the Raptors again on Sunday. I think that's a W. Uh I believe I said that. I said that to start off the show, Steven. I said we did was we what we exactly were supposed to do, which was sweep Detroit Pistons. And we did that. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to get super excited over because it's business as usual. And yeah, but you showed up late. I'm about to bounce, bro. The Giants is about to play, Playboy. You feel me? Let's go, G, man. Appreciate every last single one of y'all that was in here, that comment. And let's go, Big Blue. Let's keep the party going. Let's go, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley. Let's get it done. You feel me? Name Twin is in the building. This is a fact. This is a fact. Oh, that's a fact, Sean. Happy MLK Day to everybody. You already know the vibes. You know what I mean? But this is a fact, Name Twin. He definitely needs to make an all-star appearance again. You feel me? Because he's definitely playing all-star basketball. This is a fact. So I'm going to leave y'all with this question, and we're going to pick it up next time I'll pull back up, right? Jalen Brunson is averaging how much? Let's see, because I really want to leave y'all with this question, and I want to make sure I'm right about what I'm saying. You know, I like being right when I'm talking. So all right. So we're talking about Jalen Brunson. You know, the conversation about MIP, he doesn't come up at all, which is crazy, right? Most improved player. Now you talking about a guy who on a team where he was a second option, averaged 16, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. The very next year goes to a different franchise and becomes the guy on the franchise. And his numbers jump up to 22, still 3 rebounds and 6 assists. And how is he not in the MIP conversation? Because to me, that sounds like most improved, going from being a role player to a star guy in a season and excelling in the star role in one of the biggest markets in the NBA. Sounds like that's supposed to be an MIP conversation to me. But I'm going to leave y'all with that. Let's go, Big Blue. I'll holler at y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow after the game. You feel me? And we'll pick that conversation back up.